So welcome to the SUB Webcast. We have Nora up in here. How was your day?
Pretty good for a Monday.
Okay.
Trying to recoup from the weekend, but it's pretty good for a Monday.
Probably been partying all weekend and everything.
Something like that. Ain't got no voice, kind of tired, a little hungover, but it's all good. I'm making it.
All right. What's up with you, Rita? How you been doing?
I've been doing pretty good. About the same with Lenora. She was up here this weekend, so yeah, we were partying together.
Okay. What's going on with you, Houdini?
Hey, I'm just big and back being boo, you know.
Huh?
What? I ain't get that. Go ahead and spit that again. I ain't get that.
I'm just big and back being boo.
All righty, man. Is that like that new style of rap that's going on? What's going on now? Well, I guess I'm gonna have to pass trying to understand
just
whatever
big
that
and back
is.
being boo.
Don't worry about it. Worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm just kicking back being cool.
Oh,
I'm just
I got
big and
it.
back being boo.
Oh, I see.
Okay. So that's
Okay.
So I guess that's somebody's lyrics.
You don't say C words no more. And how about you, Verity?
Yeah, I'm cool. Everything's cool. Just a lot of silliness going on in the past week. A big distracting silliness. Outrageous out here, but it is what it is.
What's the big distracting silliness?
All this mess coming up in the media, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's really crazy.
Like
it's
what?
almost like it's a timing thing or something. Like everybody got to get theirs on. Everybody got to get.
Drop them.
Yeah, they dropping them
when they
heavy.
need them.
Yeah. At the top of the year, you had Surviving R. Kelly. So that hit. And then after that kind of like died down, then you got, well, these kind of both hit around the same time, but you got Leaving Neverland. And then you have The Interview with Gayle King and R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't even the end of the interview. Like, it was more to go. Like, we're going to drop this. We're going to drop that. Okay, tomorrow we're going to drop this. And I mean, like, that seems to be the highlight. Your boy Kales.
4, 5, 6, 50, you see.
R. Kelly.
Unless they're going to get some shoes from their uncle.
But I will say, people seem to be having a field day out of it. Anyway, I want y'all to explain some of this here. Y'all think he's been assassinated, buried alive?
Yeah, I think he's going there.
Oh, really?
In some ways, I agree. I do think that.
I don't see him coming back from it. I don't. It's just too many people.
I do.
All right.
And why do you feel that way, Dini?
You know, I think if he beats his case, he has such a big fan base that he will sell out shows and he can be independent and still make money. R. Kelly is, you know, just talented enough to not be signed to a label. So, you know, the money will rack in. He will get show money if he has the right people around, like his accountant, you know, because we know R. Kelly can't count. But yeah, he will still make money. Sell out shows.
This guy here, man.
We know R. Kelly can't read, so
that's gonna be the confusing part. So what you saying, for all that you're saying, how is he gonna do that with everything else you're saying behind it?
If he has the right people around him. If he has the right people around him. Yes.
I agree that if he beat the case, that he would be okay. But that's the thing. I don't think he's going to beat the case. I think they are after him now. And it's just too many people that are coming forth. It's too much evidence against him. I feel like it would be a miracle.
I agree. I think that, like he said, he's been assassinated. He's being assassinated. The same thing I said about a month ago. People knew this stuff 20 years ago, and it was all good. All of a sudden, everybody hates R. Kelly. So I feel like it's a setup, and I feel like they're trying to railroad him for whatever reasons. I'm not quite sure on the reasons, but being that they, quote unquote, want him now, there's nothing he could do, and they're going to take him under.
This is quite interesting. Okay.
I think Kale's got a chance, man. Kelly, I think
no. No.
I don't see it. He has the fans. He has the fan base. They keep getting him out of jail. But
I know.
Right.
Somebody keep paying them bills.
If they paying over $100,000 to get him out, you know, they will pay the money to buy tickets.
That's what I'm saying. He's R. Kelly. You can't deny his talent. You can't deny who he is.
He's a hell of an MC.
Also, I feel like he can't deny the stuff he done did. And it's like, although you built this empire, you've been doing this stuff on the side. He been doing it. And eventually...
Okay, so what?
Allegedly.
Y'all ain't cared 20 years ago, so why you care now? He still been selling out shows, so why you care now?
I've been saying something wrong with art. I don't care.
They
like,
knew
slow.
20 years ago, though.
Huh?
Okay,
I don't care, but I'm just saying right is right and wrong is wrong. So if God has blessed you with this talent that you can sell out shows and do all this, you already know that the odds against you because you black. So if you have gotten off before, if you got away with it before, if you were doing something that you weren't supposed to be doing and you got off, then you go back and continue to do the same thing or worse. You think what's done in the dark's not going to eventually come to light? You ain't going to get caught? And nobody's never going to say nothing?
I don't think he didn't think he was going to get caught. I think that he felt like the people who were helping him cover up and not caring was going to continue to be the same way. Because I don't think he was worried about getting caught. I think he just felt like, shit, they know what I do, so... Right.
No, he still don't think he did nothing wrong. And so I don't care for me what R. Kelly do. That's him, because I don't know R. Kelly personally, and it don't make me... I didn't like his music, period. But I also think about, I have heard his wife. I didn't watch Surviving R. Kelly because I didn't need to, because I've been heard like stuff his wife. I didn't have to listen to her detailed interview because she's been saying that stuff. She's been talked about on when she was on, Hollywood Exes, about how he did her. And then I read an article about how like he has a daughter, but she's different. I'm not gonna say that. I don't know what to say. But anyway, I'm gonna skirt over that. But she was basically talking about how she had no relationship with her dad and this and that. So that's old stuff. That stuff has been come out. So like you say, they just want him now. They just want to take him under.
Okay. Well, let's find out. Let's analyze some of this other stuff here.
I think the point you're making is, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you have never held anybody against their will.
I don't need to. Why would I?
Well,
How stupid was
never held
R.
anybody.
Kelly? With all I've been through in my way past, to hold somebody, let alone 4, 5, 6, 50, you said.
You see it.
How stupid would I be to do that?
I didn't say you
That's
were holding.
stupid, guys. Is this camera on me?
All right.
Fight for my life.
So how stupid would he be in his way past though? You know what I'm saying?
4, 5, 6, 50, you see it.
To be holding that many, and what he said, he doesn't know what a cult is, but he doesn't have one. So why would he be doing these things? That's what he's asking. Like, why would people be thinking he's doing all these things? Where is this coming from?
R. Kelly, you're not that stupid. Stop acting. Sit your ass down.
Damn.
Well, the video, he said, I heard him saying some stuff. I didn't watch it. I just heard the audio of it, so I don't know if that's him or not, but I'm pretty sure.
Wait a minute. Rewind. What video is this?
I heard audio of a video of him having sex with a 14-year-old girl.
Okay. I'm not gonna ask too many questions about that, because I was gonna ask something about where you going with it. But anyway, so you saying that sound like R. Kelly on the tape?
It's fine.
No, I don't know if I didn't even listen like that like decipher like, oh, it's just R. Kelly. It was just the things that he was saying that, like, if that is him, he made.
Did he say "sing like a Rita" or something?
Now when you go back and listen to them songs, you're like, oh my goodness.
Did he say 4, 5, 6, 50? You said.
Yeah,
but he did say her age over and over again.
That's so suspicious to me. I don't think a person would do that. I don't think a person would continuously say somebody's age over and over. What does that got to do with what's going on? I think that's the setup. I don't believe that.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know how that would tie in with something sexual.
That's what I'm saying. That doesn't make sense.
You feel so good for Yo,
exactly. That don't make sense.
Body is my playground. You know.
So,
hey, watch it, brother. Watch it.
Right.
But
you gotta use a common sense here.
You sound like
concur.
I
don't agree. I feel like if somebody has if that's what they want, a certain age group and that turns them on, then I do know that it's pedophiles out here like that. Because I have a 16-year-old and I have the youngest about to be 10, and I know it's it's a lot of grown nasty men out here. And you have to protect and I'm not saying like it's right for them to come for him. And I'm just saying that we have to protect our daughters, whether they think it's cool to run off with him or not. Their parents let them go over there. Their parents are too far.
I'm like Master P and Keisha Cole. Timothy Savage sitting around here talking about his daughter been brainwashed and all this stuff. Y'all doing all these TV interviews. Man, get your goons and go over there and go get your daughter, man.
I'll be in either jail or dead, one or the other.
You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all getting around here getting on these TV interviews, getting lawyers, getting on TV and doing all that crap. Like, go on there and get your daughter, man.
But I wouldn't let my daughter go. She wouldn't have went there no way. I wouldn't took her. She wouldn't have left.
That's
no concert and went over there.
That's where it starts at, because now that she's over there, she's been there 2 years, she's brainwashed. You can go get her right now. She gonna hate you. She's not gonna see that what he's done wrong. She's just gonna hate you.
She ain't got to come home. She grown now.
Yeah,
right.
That ship been sailed now.
What they said about going to get the goons ain't no point, because she don't have to come home.
He should have been got to be. It was a problem. You know what I'm saying? No way.
In the past. In the past.
It would have got him went there. That's what I said. I would have been dead or jail not too long after she got over there.
Because the way I saw, like, the mom was going, how she was going for her child, I didn't see him doing it. He wasn't really as active as her mom was at that. She was really putting in all the work. He seemed like he was just. But now with this interview, now he talking heavy now. So
I want to talk all tough on the camera. You
know how people do when they get on TV.
Mm-hmm. And then I don't know where their money coming from. I guess I don't know if they were paying them before, because I know they don't have anything now, and maybe that's why they're speaking out.
Well, isn't that what the girls were saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's possible. But all right. Well, what else is going on here with R. Kelly here?
Gayle King. Gayle King. Let's not need Gayle King out. She's a fucking sellout. Now, much we talk about supporting each other and black this and black that, how can you ask that man incriminating questions like that? He can't answer.
She's a journalist.
All the white folks we talked about this already. All them white folks on CBS. This is a white syndicated network. Somebody white could have interviewed R. Kelly. Why it had to be Gayle? Oh, let's get together. Oh, Gayle will do it. Like, they got behind.
I don't feel like it was bad for her to do the interview, because it's a hot topic at the moment. So I don't feel like it was a bad thing for her to do the interview. Why not? I mean, why not do the interview? He can only say so much. He can only do what he could do. I mean, it is what it is.
It was like, what we call that? We'll call it dry snitching. Dropping the question that
dry snitching. He can only answer the questions he want to answer. She didn't make him say anything.
It was like she was trying to. It was like she was trying to. It was like she was trying to push him to say certain stuff.
That's a journalist.
Really, I think she made a good move for her career in doing this, because I didn't even know Gayle King was a journalist. I'm being honest. I just knew Gayle King as being Oprah's best friend. I knew she had a job.
She's been on the Today Show for years now.
Okay, but I didn't know that before then. And I'm sure I'm not the only one.
Well, I do feel like she just popped up out of nowhere. I mean, she's been Oprah's friend for 50 years now, and Oprah always talked about her. Then one day she just popped up on the Today Show. She's been around on the Today Show for years. But I agree, it's good for her career, and I feel like there's nothing wrong with her talking about it, being that this is the hot topic at the moment. But I mean, she can't make him say anything. And even his publicist who was there was trying to tell him to stop talking about certain things, and he didn't stop on his own. So if he put a foot in his mouth, he did on his own. Nobody forced him to do that. He did that to himself. because he had people there to protect him, but he kept on going. So it's on him.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, R. Kelly wanted to do an interview to clear his, like he wanted to speak out after he got arrested.
He wanted to do the Jussie Smollett.
Yes.
Well, I think all of his interviewers though have been black. There's Touré. I think the one woman that he ran out of the interview on, I don't say walked out of the interview on. And then there's Gayle King, but I'm telling you, man, like Gayle King and Oprah being best friends, you see, it's kind of
they both popped up
back to back, exactly.
Well, that's what I said in the very beginning. They've been tag teaming, but okay, Gayle King is understandable. Michael Jackson, you could have left that alone, Oprah, because he's dead. You could have left that alone.
And I thought Oprah was Michael Jackson's friend when he was alive.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, wow, I'm disappointed. What is the point of that?
Why is Oprah being held to such a high standard? Because she gave everybody a car and chicken. I mean,
I'm just saying she's such a well-known name, and I don't know.
She's a well-known person. She's, as far as being like having her own show and, doing all these things as a black woman, she's done great for herself. So
and
that's
getting
why
well-known checks
such a high standard.
She turned around and said, if somebody's stroking your and you're 7 years old, it feels good. That is absurd.
What?
Oprah struck up. Yes, she did say that. Look it up.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you, it does seem kind of strange because the fact that Oprah's doing that, and that's what I question, how Oprah was going on Michael Jackson like that. And both of these best friends, it seemed like they were assigned to do, you do this and you do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be a big payout. I think Gayle King got the bulk of that though, but it is kind of suspicious. I ain't going to lie. It's kind of suspicious.
Yeah, it doesn't sound unreasonable at all.
Because Gayle King got an interview. I watched her interview after the interview with R. Kelly. She went on some late night talk show. And because, Fox News got her and Robin Roberts confused, they thought that because they were
Robert
saying that she redeemed herself after the Jussie Smollett interview with the R. Kelly interview. And so she went on to talk about how she emailed, because it was a woman on there that corrected the reporter that said it.
Fox News.
She went on to email that lady to tell her, I appreciate it. And please let him know or let your colleagues know that all black people don't look alike.
And what reason does Robin Roberts have to redeem herself when she's also a journalist following a hot topic? Jussie Smollett came to her. She didn't go to him. So she don't have to redeem herself on anything.
She don't. Because she said she really did believe him or she wouldn't have done it. She wouldn't have took the interview.
What's wrong with believing somebody? You can't help that person was lying.
Right. You don't know. Yeah. She's not a lawyer.
Right.
Yeah, but you got to really listen to that story though. That story is still kind of
what's the difference between that, and I hate to just be, stereotypical, but a white guy coming forth to ABC or CBS or anything talking about, I want my wife to come home. She's been missing for 3 days. Journalists follow those stories all the time, and most of the time it turns out that the man killed their wife, and they're never required to redeem themselves for believing those stories. So what's the difference?
Yeah, I mean, I think the difference is the story that Jussie told. He told this story that from the beginning, and I'm not going in on her. I'm just saying the story he told from the beginning was already a little messy. It's kind of unbelievable from the start.
Okay. So let's compare it to a story of my wife is a stay-at-home mother with 2 kids and she's pregnant. And she decides that she doesn't want to be with me anymore. And she's left and she's taking the kids and I don't know where she is and I want her to come home. Does that story sound believable?
It can, depending on what went on at home. Compared to the 2 a.m. thing and the fast food joint and the and 2 white guys with bleach on a cold ass when nobody gonna be outside in that damn cold. You're gonna turn into a block of ice out there, man. Go ahead though.
Now I agree. I never felt like the Jussie Smollett story was believable. Never ever did I. But there's never a story that's going to come on TV now about a white woman coming up missing, and I'm going to believe it. Never. So to me, they're in the same category. So if those journalists are not required to redeem themselves because of believing those stories, then nobody else is required to redeem themselves because they believe Jussie Smollett. Because we all have the right to believe whatever we want to believe.
All righty. So that went and took a turn down some wiggly street somewhere. Doggone Jussie, you know what I'm saying? Let his Tupac insulting ass, you know.
Yeah. They didn't even took him off the last episode. I guess he was
Tupac naming Bane. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And he was on the last 2 episodes of Empire that he was on that and took him off of that. Mad man.
Wow.
You can't be insulting Tupac. Don't you use his name in vain?
For sure.
He don't know nothing about Tupac.
He don't. That's why he did. Like, he was just foolish with it. Like, he tried to, it's like Houdini said, like, he tried to take that extra far. Like, stop while you're ahead. Like, you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Back to your boy Kels and his chocolate factory.
Use your common sense.
Trapped in the closet ass nigga.
Hate me if you want to, love me if you want, but just use your common sense.
Back to him. What's up with him?
For me, to with my crazy past and what I've been through. Oh, right now I just think I need to be a monster and hold girls against their will, chain them up in my basement, and don't let them eat and don't let them out unless they need some shoes down the street.
Unless they need some shoes.
Stop it. Y'all quit playing.
Quit playing.
I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life.
All right.
Very real. Very weird, R. Kelly. Very weird. What are you talking about? They trapped in a basement until they need shoes? What are you talking about?
See, this is one of these points where it's like, and I've said this quite a few times, like, he is not really good at what he's trying to do.
Lying?
But I mean,
he's trying to tell.
He's good at drama, but he's not really good at trying to get that off. It's not working.
Well, you know how people are sometimes. Some people think if I just be loud, you'll believe me. And it's not working now. He's loud and everybody just look at him like, dude, sit down. You sound stupid. Nobody believes you anymore.
Yeah.
He may believe I feel like he may be passionate or believe what he's saying. I don't know to a certain extent.
No, he don't.
Because Ayala said that, I think, did he call her? But she said that she told him she couldn't help him. She said, beloved, I can't help you. Because she said he is like too far gone. Like she said, he needs a lot of help in like counseling or whatever. But she said that, because she said jail is not the answer. But she said he needs help. But she said that he's not willing to admit like what he's done. So she said she can't help him.
Now, this is my thing with everybody in the public or, everybody in general. He's never been found guilty of anything. So everybody has proved him to be guilty. Why? Because of what, the videos? What? How do we know this is not all a conspiracy?
Because we know why he wasn't found guilty in the first place.
Why?
And it's just, I mean, the Boondocks told you why. Once the girl said, once she denied it, and she was the main focal point there, once she denied it, and then the people were paid off, I mean, he pretty much, that was it. And he keeps bringing up in the interview that he beat the case. He already beat the case. You can't double jeopardy him. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't think he married Leah when she was 14 years old, Leah?
I do.
That's where his problem lies.
Because that's proven, but nothing else has been proven.
No, that's enough for me. I got enough proof. I can't say that he's done. I can't say he's done everything that they've accused him of. No, but I know he's done some things. Yes, and he's not being truthful about it. And I feel like that's the problem sometimes with when I feel like we don't protect the people that have been victimized. We don't protect the victims. We just go with, oh, why are y'all accusing him? Because he did something wrong. Not to say I've been said this. I didn't just start saying this. But I do feel like sometimes the victims, they don't speak up when they should because nobody will believe them. It's R. Kelly. It's his word against mine.
But in this situation, though, the victims are the ones that went along with it. That's the issue. So
yeah, because in the beginning, the people who were supposedly on the video were saying, "No, that's not me." So you can't. If the person who's saying who's on the video, huh?
Of course it would say that's not me.
Well, I wouldn't say of course, but okay. But if you say that it's not you, then there's no way to find them guilty. But it could have not been. I've never seen the video. But it could have not been her or him. So with that being said, if you can't prove it, you can't just keep saying, a person is guilty of something if you can't prove it. Now,
that, man.
Now
he can say that, but that doesn't give him free reign to just go back and say, "Hey, I got off, so I'm gonna keep doing it." Like that. That ain't what that is.
He keeps doing it. He just said he wasn't doing it. Y'all heard him in the interview. He said he's not doing it.
So he ain't doing
it. So in everybody's head, though, but it's just like in everybody's head, no matter what he say, even though it hasn't been proven, he's guilty. Nobody cares. He's just guilty. Whatever. He did it.
This is not something like, again, I'm going to say this. This is not, I didn't just start feeling like this because he went to jail and they came out with this now. I've been feeling like this when they said he peed on the girl back then. Like that's what I feel. I do feel like R. Kelly is guilty. Like, I don't feel like he's maybe not guilty of everything that they accuse him of, but yes, I do feel like something wrong with him. He needs some help. I don't feel like he need to go to jail for it. I think he needs to get some help.
Anybody that pees on another person is sick. I agree.
And all that early stuff is out there too.
Some women like some women like golden showers.
Okay.
If they say so.
I know.
These are facts.
These are facts? Oh, okay.
Some women like golden showers.
Okay, Houdini, that's fine.
Just like some people got foot fetishes, some people like to suck toes. Some people get off the looking at women's toes.
Well,
somebody. I just cannot. That's bodily
exactly. My God.
You better not.
Well, all the early stuff is pretty much stacked up against him, to be honest. Like, those are a couple of things he can't evade. Even though he may have gotten off, he can't evade it. A lot of people know why he got
black and white, man.
And okay, you can try to, what I'm saying.
Might have been whining too many times. That line came in the middle of that TV in the middle of that video. That's
All right, but why is the face? Why is the face, in the camera though? You know what I'm saying? Why is the face checking the camera to make sure everything's positioned correctly? What's that all about? I'm telling you,
man, he beat it.
Let me tell you something. He said it was his brother. Yeah, say what you want to say. But the Boondocks, if you watch that Boondocks episode, it pretty much was that's it. That's it, period. After those two situations, just those two situations alone, you don't really need much else after that. Everybody knows about Aaliyah, and whether or not somebody want to say they seen the tape, they didn't see the tape. I know it's a touchy subject to talk about now today, but I know a lot of people seen that tape, and I know a lot of people already know what the deal is. And there's just no way he can pull that off. I don't care how much he jump up and do the trapped in the closet moves. It ain't gonna work.
So in the tape, he actually put his face in the camera.
He was on the camera.
Aaron Hall, man.
I don't know. Aaron Hall, I ain't ever seen Aaron Hall with hair. I'm sorry.
No, I think he had a bald head.
You think he had a bald head?
Yeah, it could have been Aaron Hall.
No, man.
That bald
head. Aaron Hall is Aaron Hall, man.
We don't know who it was. Could have been Aaron Hall, that bald headed man from Public Announcement.
Oh, don't go there. Don't even go there. Man. Those Public Announcement videos, man.
Public Announcement did a interview recently, and I wasn't quite sure on whose side it was on, but I kind of felt like they was on R. Kelly's side as far as how.
No, they told on R. Kelly.
I mean, they tried, but it is what it is.
Try to keep it cordial, but at the same time, they did say. One of them did admit, say, hey, he felt like R. Kelly needed help. And, the other fruit basket said, the guy was took in his tank, the Bulls hat, was talking about, I just went to work and went home.
It was just gorgeous. It was just gorgeous. I mean, that dude, man. A lot of people said some stuff about that guy. I don't know. A lot of people's in the comments on every video talking about he fruity, is the guy sweet and all that type of stuff. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I was just watching the interviews and hey, they kept it formal. But I will say that the one bald-headed guy next to him, though, when he was saying it was just gorgeous. You ought to seen the look that he gave that guy. He looked up at that guy's face like, dude, what? I was tripped out right there. But,
he had a moment.
Oh, when he was talking about the garden he walked through.
Something he was describing when he was describing.
Walked through a garden.
He was describing
all the greenery was just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Greenery.
Yes. Dude
like,
was
like, what the hell? They got
what?
R. Kelly.
Dude just looked at him like, that was crazy. But
I know he couldn't wait till that shit was over with. Like
for the most part, he kind of sat there and was kind of quiet, like just let the dude talk, say whatever he wanted to say, and then he put his little 2 cents in. But he just seemed like, like I'm just doing this shit because y'all asked me to, but I ain't really got time for this bullshit. Like whatever.
Yeah. Somebody said in the comment section, he looked like he just ready to, soon to get over with to go get a cigarette.
I agree. But I did feel like what's the girl, the 14-year-old girl's aunt's name? What's her name? Sparkle with a fine ass. Not really, but okay. But what, like they were saying,
sorry. Go ahead.
For y'all to say that R. Kelly, did this and that with this girl, but the guy Sparkle was married to kind of set Sparkle out there and then went back and was like, oh, you sleeping with her. Then Sparkle's niece turns around and ends up in a video. So I feel like they were kind of trying to say, like, what's all that about? Like, none of that make no sense.
Sparkle money ran out.
Well, I don't know about that, but possibly. I mean, she never really have a huge career, so that's possible.
Yeah, I just really know with one song, maybe 2.
I don't even know that many, but okay.
But the guy from Public Announcement said once she went to R. Kelly, he said she ain't coming back, and she didn't go back.
But everybody already knew that, and the dude still sent her over there. So
knowing Sparkle was a thought.
I mean, is it a thought or is it just take advantage of the opportunity just in front of you? Which I guess some people may perceive it as being the same thing.
Yeah, you got a price, you can be bought.
But do you think that lady would set her niece out? This man set out his wife or girlfriend, and this lady turned around and set her niece out at the same time too?
I don't know. Hey, them allegations, I can't, you said
I know they are. I'm just saying, like, let's talking about it, trying to make sense of it. Does that sound reasonable? Does it sound like somebody would do something like that?
That wasn't R. Kelly, that was Aaron Hall.
Shut up.
Okay, then.
Aaron Hall.
Stop doing Aaron Hall. Leave Aaron Hall out of it.
If both of them had a ball head, both of them came out at the same time, that was Aaron Hall.
Aaron Hall kept a ball head. That's the difference. You see what I'm saying?
Aaron Hall alone.
R. Kelly grew his hair out. Now, so if that was
Aaron Hall the one that made this song, or that was his other brother?
I miss you. Yeah, that song.
I'm talking about like after these allegations came out not too long ago.
What song?
It's on the tip of my tongue. It was so crazy. It had played on the Breakfast Club, and it's just I cannot think of how it goes. Y'all just keep talking.
Come out, grooming, baby.
No, it's not.
That was back in the day.
It's not a popular song. It's like a weird, crazy song. Like
Lord have mercy.
He was trying to explain what did he. I can't think of it. I'm gonna have to look it. I'm gonna have to Google it.
Well, while that's going on.
I know.
I ain't gonna lie, that was beautiful though. That performance was off the hook.
No,
Like,
it wasn't.
What? I was feeling that performance, man. It was, man.
No,
and I
that
can't
shit was
do it.
transparent.
No. That's the only thing he was missing, man. What? I can't do
That's
it.
why Gayle can't even get excited. Robert, sit your ass down somewhere.
No, it's called I Confess. That's the name of it. Y'all never heard that song?
I Confess by Aaron Hall.
R. Kelly song.
No, R. Kelly song. R. Kelly song was I Admit It. That's R. Kelly song.
This was his clapback song to I Admit. It's called I Confess. I Confess. It was so weird.
That was his brother's song.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's
Scary
what
song.
I'm telling you. It's his brother's song.
What is going on here?
Yeah, please explain this properly.
They dropped it last year in the summer. It was dropped last year in August of 2018. And they played that on the Breakfast Club because that's how I heard it.
Who's singing what? Who's singing this song? Let's get this straight.
Carrie Kelly made I Confess.
See what his name is.
So his brother,
Carrie is his name.
Yes.
He made an actual song.
He sounded like the Cookie Monster on that. He said, I confess.
Right. No, like I can't believe I never heard it. It is hilarious.
Oh God. I gotta go back. This is nuts now. I gotta check this out.
He sounded like Austin the Grop. I confess.
What is going on, man? I don't think I ever heard of this. Maybe y'all just choking back there. Maybe.
I know, Jesus. Help me.
Maybe I heard something like that. But I don't know. But I'm gonna have to look for this now. I'm gonna have to look for this.
The whole family coming out. They all finna tell the truth.
That can't be a Kelly. Where he get his voice from? God damn. I confess.
Yeah, he has smoking cigarettes and no telling shit.
So it says Carrie Kelly accuses the disgraced singer of lying, spreading STDs, and abandoning their family.
Spreading STDs.
And how do you know, sir?
So wait a minute.
He said he was gay too. He said he was occasionally messing with men too. So.
Oh my God.
So R. Kelly comes out with a song called I Admit It. And his brother comes out with basically what seems like a diss song, an answer song to that called I Confess. Right after that?
Yes.
Sounds like the whole family is sick though.
Right.
Because the sister was molesting the brothers, him and R. Kelly, and Carrie Kelly sometimes sleeps with men. And R. Kelly has also been accused of
the world is all of this.
Hold on. Yeah. I had the first time hearing about
any alleges up in here, allegedly, you know, what's really going down up in here? You know what I'm saying? It's my first time hearing that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First time hearing.
Bobby was doing the interview from prison. His oldest brother on the surviving R. Kelly.
So yeah, the whole family sounds a little bit off. And yes, this is all allegedly. I can't prove any of this, but it's all allegedly. But it all just sounds like the whole family's a little bit weird. Not sure what went on in their childhood, but they probably all need to get some family counseling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what about the woman that bailed R. Kelly out the first time? What about her? I mean, that's a lot of money. That's 6 figures right there.
She messed up. I feel like she messed her stuff up, possibly because she owned her own business, like a daycare business. And she got to think about people were signing petitions for to remove their children from there. They wanted her daycare to close down. People have been sending her death threats.
Oh yeah, they was on her. They was on her big time. Yeah.
It's just sad. Like I know she did it. She did it because she she said she's a friend of his. But I know she did it out the kindness of her heart, I would think. And for them, her to get, but she should have known. I don't know. I know I wouldn't have done it if I had the money.
I agree. I don't think I would have did that either. She didn't get him in that situation, so I feel like it's for him to get himself out of. I would not have put myself out there like that. Because, I mean, she should have known. I would have thought she would have known that she would have got some backlash for that.
Right.
Yeah, he's being a true king out here. True king of R&B, like a mug.
Yeah. But I guess it's always two sides. It's always catch-22. Just like the, not to switch gears, but the Jordan with the Kardashians and Jordan Woods, I couldn't remember her last name. But how, that situation that happened to her, how she kind of is benefiting from it on the flip side by doing that Red Table Talk interview.
She's fucking with the Kardashians. They're going to come up either way.
The Kardashians no pub.
Yeah. The Kardashians going to come up either way. No matter.
They already up. They have their name out there. They have a plug. We don't even know what their plug is, but I'm sure they got a plug in every aspect. So that's why they have their circle.
Fuck them.
And so my question was about that situation. Is it even real? Because Tristan over here living his best life still. He ain't missed a beat. He known to his next hole. That's for one. For two, it seems like everything is play-by-play with them. Like, all the details of what's going on is play-by-play. Like, so is this something for TV, for y'all new season that's coming up? And Chloe back out here, sporting her Fashion Nova at parties and shit. So, I mean, is this even real?
I wouldn't be surprised if it's not. I feel like the Kardashian household is the sunken place. And so anybody that gets over there and gets stuck, Tristan probably feel like, okay, I'm trying to get away. I'm trying to pull away. And maybe he happy to get away from the sunken place. Whereas Kanye.
The damn sunken place. Lord have
they
mercy.
Still over there. Kanye and Travis Scott, they still over there. So
Kanye, he trapped now. He done lost his mind.
Right. I told you, he been hypnotized already. His eyes, you see how eyes be every time you see
Lord have mercy. What is this? Get out.
It's real, I believe it.
I mean, I agree with that. Travis Scott, I don't know why he's still trapped over there. Why? Because I guess his wife, his baby mama, a billionaire now.
Yep. He canceled his shoulder when she was mad at him to fly to be by her side.
Right.
The sunken place.
Well, I want to insert this in here for a little bit. Not that I'm Wait a minute. What?
You don't want to believe it.
Okay, hold on now.
So, Rita, you telling me?
Chaos. We ain't on that no more. Calm down, Chaos.
You telling me did you like the song I Confess?
Chaos want his point to be proven.
No, it's crazy.
Do you like I Confess?
No. I can't listen to it without laughing. I just can keep hearing the chorus. I confess in my head. I just can't. And then he goes on a rant and you don't even know what he's saying.
I definitely got to go listen to this when we done. I got to go listen to
it too, because it's been a minute. I just remember when I heard that, I was like, what is this?
I got to check this out the way y'all describing this is crazy. But I just wanted to insert this in here for a moment. Not that I'm keeping up with it like that. I kind of know what happened,
Play I Confess.
But so the rapper YBN Almighty Jay apparently recently.
That's the one that got beat up.
Apparently got jumped for his.
That's the only way you know him.
I heard about him on the Breakfast Club.
Darn, who is this? I don't know him.
He got jumped twice, I think.
This guy from they're not from you got the star is YBN Ymir from Birmingham, and Almighty Jay. I don't know where that guy's from. I never heard the song, but he's part of the YBN clique, and along with YBN Corday.
And he got beat up twice. Whole thing.
Yeah, he got robbed for his chain. But now, big homie Jay Prince has jumped on it, and yeah, some calls being made. So I'll read a little bit to y'all. Mob ties call to my real street niggas around the world, but especially on the East Coast and the Bronx. There's a clown by the name of, I'm gonna let that one go, and his crew, who want to become famous by bragging about robbing rap industry niggas. They recently bragged about robbing this artist, YBN Almighty Jay, who I'm invested in. They robbed him of his money and his jewelry, including a Rap-A-Lot piece. So therefore, they have robbed a piece of me. This is a perfect opportunity to execute our unity where we don't allow moment thinkers to muddy waters over the movement. With that being said, to the homies in the Bronx, if any of these clowns are y'all family or friends, speak now so we can get an understanding. To ignore this is a recipe for disaster. Other than that, it's these clowns versus the realest niggas in every hood around the world. And that's the meaning of Mob Ties.
So, first question is, why did your voice change like that when you started reading that?
I just read all of that. In my head, it sounded like Jay Prince was actually saying all that stuff. So, you know.
Okay.
He's a little more soft-spoken. Like
he likes to educate, too.
Throw some knowledge on
the code.
But, you know, if when Jay Prince speak, that's law. You know, pretty much.
You know, and I guess I'm new to this stuff, but I only started hearing about this guy in the last maybe 2 to 3 years. But I guess he's been in these streets, been in the game like he's
well, he's a CEO.
One of the elders.
Jay Prince is the CEO of Rap-A-Lot Records.
I'll tell you what,
this is where Ghetto Boys kind of came together and got their start.
Ghetto Boys
under Jay Prince. And a lot of other famous artists and things like that. But Rap-A-Lot is Rap-A-Lot is huge. It's basically one of the 3 or 4 labels. Let me see. You had Death Row. You had what Puffy got? Bad Boy. You had Murder Inc. And
I like that.
And you got Rap-A-Lot, you know, down south.
When I was listening to his interview on the Breakfast Club, he spoke on the beef between Drake and the guy from
Pusha T clip.
With Pusha T, and he was talking about how he told Drake to let it go, to not carry it, you know, to the next level because people could get hurt, seriously get hurt, but that's all I was like, who was he?
Right.
Like you said,
and when he spoke, everybody listened.
Yeah. So I was like, and the way he talked, like he knew what he was talking about. Like he had facts, he had receipts. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and this video has been going all around on social media, big time. Everybody's passing it around. Not even like I'm not even looking for these things. It ain't like I want to see these things. It's like other people, maybe important people that I, you know, that I'm down with. Like I'm cool with them, and I see it pop up on their page. You know, I see it pop up on their feed or whatever. So, yeah, this looks like it's gonna turn big. It's gonna get real big.
Know Jay Prince that got into it though.
Well, you gotta expect it. Do you know that YBN, the YBN crew signed with Rap-A-Lot?
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Oh, you didn't know that? Oh.
No,
yeah.
I rock with Corday, so you know I didn't know the whole squad was signed to Rap-A-Lot. I ain't know neither one of them was signed to Rap-A-Lot. I thought it was signed to Atlantic.
Well, they under Rap-A-Lot right now. Jay Prince got them.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know what the deals are, anything like that. All I know is they under Rap-A-Lot. They have Rap-A-Lot chains with the exception of Almighty Jay, who had his taken recently. So, yeah, that's going to be an issue. I think it's because it's a lot of youngsters out here, and they don't really understand, you know, when they cross certain boundaries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know they think because they just basically targeting YBN Almighty Jay. You know what I'm saying? But they're not even thinking. Yeah, they're not even thinking about all the background and everything else, though. So, yeah, I guess we just gonna see how this one plays out. But now, you know, Jay Prince has spoken. And he sent the word out, so
he done put it out.
I don't want to say that. Yeah, we ain't doing all that there. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't put it. I won't say it, but he definitely put it out to everybody. If you know something, you better speak on that shit.
But check it out, though. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what's been going down recently. It seemed like this about to fold over, you know what I'm saying, roll over into something bigger. I thought it was really, like, I didn't really know that they took the chain. See, I just thought that they probably robbed them from the first video I saw. I had no idea that they actually took the Rap-A-Lot chain off of them. So That's what's gonna make this situation even greater. I don't know if it would have been big because they all affiliated with Jay Prince, but after taking that chain, that's a sign of something else right there. That's extra right there. You know what I'm saying? So
making it more personal.
Yeah. So this thing about to come real big. But yeah.
Right.
Crazy how much they still had to go.
About the leaving Neverland. What was the point of that? What was the point?
The point of that was
my question.
Yeah, the point of that was to gain viewers, get money, try to come up and
black people riled up.
Well, I don't know about
your sidekick, get them back to back. Y'all hit them back to back.
Right, just to try to get as many, I feel like, of us out as we can. Get our names scratched out or alienated.
First of all, what's the point of an interview with R. Kelly? They just did this documentary on Lifetime. So what's the point of an interview? I guess to gain his side of the story, but what do you think he's going to say?
Absolutely, positively not.
It's the same thing, but I just want to get Michael Jackson out the way.
Because y'all love Michael.
It's
Michael's my guy.
Yeah, I mean, they doing them real dirty right now in the media. Like they using them for gain. These same people are coming up. How you going to come up this many years later and again says that Mike did this and that to you? Are you serious?
And the biggest comment factor that, is not coming amongst the other issues or other people is Michael Jackson dead. He's dead. He can't defend himself.
That's my thing. That's what I'm saying. What's the point? He's dead. So what's your point? That's for one. But I also thought this was some of the same people that testified against the other accusers back in the day.
Yes, it's a couple of them. And it's one that's gone on that refused to testify back then, that they pulled him into it. And he said, I again say that nothing happened to me.
You talking about Macaulay Culkin?
No, it wasn't Macaulay Culkin. It was another guy. I don't know his name.
Corey Feldman?
I think that's it.
Probably
that's his name. Because he doesn't want no parts of it. Because he doesn't want Michael Jackson's fans coming for him.
But what if these people are just lying and he don't want to be a part of that? What if that's the case? What if these folks are just lying?
These are the same people that settled out that said that they were pushed up by parents and shit. So now all of a sudden.
So originally y'all said that this didn't happen, but now y'all want to come back and say something different. Why?
Yeah.
Right. Why? And it's like what they're trying to say, because I didn't watch it, but what I feel like they're trying to say is like they paid our parents out. This wasn't our story. Like our parents took the money and we were made to say this and that. But it is what it is. I don't believe it. But even if that was the case, like what are you gaining by it now bringing it up? Because one of the children's father killed himself. So like it's just bringing up, it's just too much. You got to think about not only yourself, but he has children too and family. I guess they don't care.
I think it was set up for personal gain, though. That's what I really think it is. I think all the timing of it and them thinking it was going to hit heavy. Because I seen the interview with Oprah. You know, I didn't watch the special or whatever, but I did see the interview with those two guys and I saw Oprah. And the one thing that I could tell is that if you just look at these guys, it just really don't look like they're telling the truth at all. There's like some questions that was asked that they didn't necessarily answer them. You know, they just let that one go on by, you know, and I can see that they're not believable, but even if they were made believable, I wouldn't believe it anyway. Because people already came out after his death and said that didn't happen. None of that happened, you know?
Right.
And they knew it was for gain. And the parents were setting them up to get some money off of Michael Jackson, as big as he was. I mean, well, as big as he still is, but I mean, just the point of it all. So it's all BS. And they don't mind like trying to reverse something or lie on this man's legacy just to come up because they need something right now. You know what I'm saying? And this would be a perfect, whoever set them up to get all of this done, however that was set up, like they need that right now.
Yeah, because what has happened is the money that they gave them has run out. So now they're going to have to try to get more money. It's just sad, though. You can't ever erase Michael Jackson. Or you could take it like in the UK or something. Drake did a show and he has a song that he remixed with Michael Jackson on there. It Doesn't Matter to Me, which is one of his big songs that's out now, but he removed it from his show.
Man, why?
On the UK.
Why?
That's another problem I got.
It's so annoying to me because You remove it from your show as if you didn't know these things about Michael Jackson from the very beginning.
Exactly.
You've been through this stuff.
Exactly.
So what's your point now? Stop. Y'all killing me.
Selling out because I feel like he over there in the UK. So he feel like if I play this, because some other countries have already said they taking his music off of certain platforms or whatever.
Lame.
So he's probably feeling like, oh, I got to protect myself. I got to, I don't want them to talk about me or boo me. So I'm just going to not do it, which you got to stand up for yourself or otherwise you're not a fan anyway.
You should never have put him on your song then.
Exactly. Because like you said, you know about
those allegations are old.
Right.
So you have to do that.
Exactly. You thought enough of him or that music to put him on your song and you're making money off of it. But then you want to hide him when you feel like it's not convenient. Playing both sides of the fence.
You say hide them. Right.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people coming out right now like, oh yeah, I believe that probably was possible. Michael Jackson was a weirdo. That guy was weird. He wasn't normal. They basically did this and that to him to make his voice so high, and the way his dad was doing him and all this type of stuff. Again, like I said in a previous session, Michael Jackson has some issues that are not just average, period. No matter what at home was going on, no matter even if he didn't have a childhood, he has some issues with him that people don't just have. And how to cope with it is difficult being Mike, because I'm quite sure. I mean, that's kind of rare for anybody to have the type of vitiligo situation he had, where he tried to cover it up in all type of ways that people just thought was fashion and stuff like that. But it actually had to do with himself and his problem. Right. So now he turns fully white and he's trying to cope with it. Yeah, he is wearing makeup. He really doesn't know what to do in a situation like this, because he just doesn't have his normal skin anymore. So a lot of people don't really know what it's like to go through what he's going through, even with being the biggest entertainer on earth. So all these people, I don't think they really think about that psychologically, and they just go pass him off as weird and say, yeah, I believe he could have did that with them boys. Yeah, let's get some of doggone nerves, man.
I feel like a lot of people will think the worst anyway, especially if more than one person comes forth and says it, then they're going to go with that. They're not going to believe what he says, because they were like, well, these are children. Well, why would they lie? So
I just want to say this last part. It's a lot of people that didn't even believe that Michael Jackson did that. And now, right after this special comes out, now they want to act like they believe and it could be a possibility. How can your minds change so easily? What is going on?
Easily swayed. Yeah, and now Oprah has she's factored, so it has to be true.
Oh,
so
God, Oprah.
It's just a mess. That's why I said I'm not watching it.
I'm disappointed in Oprah for even doing this, but that's neither here nor there. And I honestly don't feel like Michael Jackson did that, and I really never felt like he did that. But my thing is, what reason, after all the accusations, you couldn't stop inviting these children over to your house and behaving in this manner? Why couldn't you stop?
I'm going to tell you the reason why I think he didn't stop. I believe that he felt like he wasn't guilty. He didn't do anything. And there are people that could vouch for him not doing anything. So why stop doing something he felt was normal? The only thing I would say that was a problem was having the kids sleep with him. Now, I don't know if he had the kids sleeping with him after that whole trial thing, but
we don't know what happened to that. One might have been sleeping at the foot and the other might have been sleeping at the head. So,
yeah, exactly.
But your house big enough, they ain't got to sleep in your room. So why?
This guy. Look, man, I think it's all about the whole context of the situation. We don't really know.
On the floor.
Yeah, they could have been on the floor. We don't really know what really happened, what really went on. Some of them say they were in the bed.
That house.
Right. I watched a movie that it was supposed to be told from the stories of his bouncers, because when he died, those were the two closest people to him. The bouncers, they lived with him or whatever, and they were with him like when he went broke. And the story that they painted was like Michael was a big kid, like he really just at one point he had an unlimited supply of money. So he just used to buy. I remember like one Christmas, they showed one Christmas where on Christmas Eve, he went into the toy store and like spent like $4,000 for like gifts. And then they were like his card declined and everything. And he was like, no, take care of it. Take care of it. It's Christmas. They got to have their gifts. They got to have their presents. They're not going to be happy. And then
I want to say I saw a special, and I want to say that it was by Oprah as well, of him going shopping and spending all this money. It was either Oprah or 2020.
Oh, no, it wasn't special. Oprah. Yeah, it was a 2020.
It was 2020. Mm-hmm. And he spent all this money, and yes, his cards were declined, but yeah, I think they still covered him.
Right. He had his lawyer. He told the lawyer, hey, take care of it. Take care of it. But it was just like he lived in this fantasy world. Like once he had those kids, they really like when they lived in Neverland, like, and then they had he lost Neverland because of the money. He was broke because he paid off the lawyers and paid off all these people during that time. And that's how he went broke, supposedly. And then he was trying to, he lost Neverland.
Never really broke.
Exactly.
Well, all his money was probably, tied up. That's why I said supposedly. But when he had to move back to the United States and he wanted to get this or had the same type of property or the same type of like magical tropical place that he had overseas, but his money was tied up, and that's why he went back on tour that last time to do the last tour. This is the story that they was telling. And then he wasn't well, of course, enough to do it. All that pain he was going through because of him catching on fire and all that stuff and falling down the stairs.
That's a little bit more to it than that, but go ahead.
I'm just touching on it.
Yeah.
But then that's why he was getting all like the pain medicine so he could perform, so that he could like try to afford to do all this stuff. That's the story that they portrayed.
Okay. Well, Michael Jackson has always been saying, leading up to his death, that they wanted him. And the reason why they wanted him is something a lot of people are just now finding out about Michael Jackson, but this is something I've been knew already. Michael Jackson really played the publishing game heavy in music because that's where the money is. And he bought...
the reason they killed Prince.
Yeah, exactly. He bought a lot of publishing. He had so much publishing.
He owned the Beatles catalog.
Yeah,
that's what he was really living off of for a long
time. He lived off of way more than the Beatles catalog. He was strategic on that publishing. It's just all that to Michael Jackson. Yeah, they gonna come for you. They gonna find some kind of way to get you. He basically... And
I feel like that's what's happening to most people now because they're learning how not to be railroaded by these industry people, and now they're coming for him.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Well, yeah, he was saying in speeches. He was saying in speeches about how they were coming for him, and he owned like basically half. So that right there was a problem for Sony. And they wanted all that. They wanted most of that. Sony really was in bad shape as a whole, as a company. Sony was really losing. So, however, Michael Jackson supposedly died, because I don't really believe it was that simple.
That whole scenario sounded stupid completely. There's no way that you are being put under like you were going to surgery every night for sleep. That's crazy.
Yeah, that a doctor, I don't care that it is Michael Jackson, that a doctor would sign off or do that every night.
Yes, that is crazy. Yeah. That makes absolutely no sense.
Especially, I don't think he was an anesthesiologist, was he? He wasn't even he was
just a doctor, I think.
And no doctor would administer anesthesia unless they were because they don't go to school. They don't know what to do. They don't know those calculations and how much to administer.
And supposedly that's what happened. Oh, he didn't do the calculations right, so he went under and he didn't wake up. But, right, you're not even supposed to be doing that. Even if you're a doctor, you're not a specialist, so you're not supposed to be doing that.
Yes, so, yeah, I thought that was just, crazy.
And plus, he didn't know how to administer CPR.
Right, you didn't know how to administer Narcan and wake him up. And then you just wait till he dies.
Astronomical. You sound totally off the wall. You don't sound like a doctor at all. You don't even sound like a medical professional.
Because I don't think one person would just be comfortable with doing it by themselves anyway. I feel like they would have a team or at least one other assistant.
Right. In somebody's house. Mm-hmm. Where are the machines to monitor this person's heart rate, or their rhythm to make sure they are breathing properly? Like, where are the machines at to monitor all this stuff?
Well, they claim that's who Michael Jackson wanted as his personal doctor. But in the end, after he died, they started going through all the legal stuff or whatever to basically get all that publishing from Michael Jackson. They left him with his publishing, but they made sure they took the Beatles and a lot of other publishing.
Wow.
All that went to Sony. And so the thing is, Michael Jackson was never broke. It's a lot of that going around saying that Michael Jackson was broke. He may have had some money issues, but the catalog he was holding, and this is why he had such a ridiculous amount of money, the catalog he was holding was worth $1.2 billion, you see? So the people who know, they knew what was going on. You can have all that stuff in the media to say Mike is broke, he's this and he's that, but they knew what was going on because they're the ones that's going to eat off this publishing because that's a big deal. That's a lot of money right there.
I agree.
But yeah.
And if you don't know, like if you just have people on your team, this is how it was portrayed in the movie too. He had these people on his team, but he didn't really know what was going on. You know, he would be like, okay, just take care of it. The lawyer would be like, but it's not there. I can't do it. And so then he did seem like he was suspicious of them. It's just sad.
Yeah, I just wish he had a lot stronger people around him. I felt like, and you know, I don't know for certain, but it just seems like he was just too secluded from his family until like some certain issues came up. And then that's when it was all the family coming around or whatever. Yeah,
because he had a lot of family. I feel like he didn't know who to trust, even with the family. He was closest to his mom, of course, but he had even some of his siblings, of course, that they just wanted money or wanted to fight him over money.
All right. Well, Deanie, what your thoughts is on that?
Mike ain't here to defend himself. They say it was lies. I believe it. So I don't believe Mike did that. So not even worth.
All right. I'm glad you came through, Rita.
Me too.
Really appreciate it.
Rest in peace to all the people that died in the Ethiopian Airlines plane crash.
So sad.
127.
157, I think.
157 died. So rest in peace to all those people.
Yes, prayers to their families.
This happened today?
Mm-hmm. Well, they reported it today. We're looking at the wreckage.
I want to say it happened. I was going to say probably yesterday it happened.
But they've, in certain countries, they've landed that jet. That certain type of jet that it was. And then they had reported like the different airlines because they were wondering if it was something going on with because I was watching while I was getting my nails did, but I couldn't hear the sound. So I couldn't hear what they were saying, but they were talking about how shortly after it took off, it was it bounced like in the air, like waving back and forth. So they were wondering if it was some type of malfunction with that jet.
But isn't that Ethiopian's second crash? I think that's their. I want to say, and don't quote me, but I think that's their second crash.
Wow, and how long?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. Probably in the last 5 years, there was a plane that did the same thing. It recently took off and it didn't even get any headway and it crashed. Mm-hmm. So I want to say it's their second. So I'm not, in which, plane crashes are very rare. So for one airline to have two, it's kind of crazy. But nevertheless, rest in peace to all those people and their families as well, for everybody that lost their lives.
Yeah, for sure.
Nevertheless, peace out, guys. One love.
I'll talk to y'all later.
All right. Yeah.